working on today?
The ceiling. We're finishing the ceiling.
No, we're not actually doing that. We're done with the ceiling. What are we working on today?
The ceiling. What are we working on?
We're at cabinets.
Oh.
The ceiling video is done.
No, because I gotta finish painting.
I know, but we're not going to include that in the video.
We're working on cabinets.
Hey, let's go work on some cabinets.
You may have seen this footage once before. If you look at the right-hand corner, you'll see that this footage was taken back in December of 2020. That's right, Brad's been working on cabinetry since December. And this episode, we're planning on finally finishing the cabinetry. The upper cabinets, the lower cabinets, and everything in between. Follow along as we take you through all the technical aspects of building our cabinetry and installing them into our van Vincent.
Good morning, guys. So as I'm going to show you here in a moment, we have made a little bit of progress in the van and we are working on cabinets today. So we'll do a quick walkthrough. I've got the one that I'm trying to determine how deep this should be. But then we'll have a full-fledged cabinet here. And then we'll have another cabinet on this side. Alright, so I've pulled this cabinet down. And we're starting to get a final look of how this is going to go. So, have that up there. This is the cabinet that my electrical box is going to go into. So that'll fit just in there. So I'm going to create a false wall that this is going to sit on. Then I'll have to cut a hole in the floor of this cabinet here that the air duct is going to come up and over. This is one of the units, the unit for the driver's side. Got a little storage on this far side. So you got your panel for your electrical box, and then all your electrical space for that behind it. Here we'll just put a little riser so we can put some stuff in there. Just kind of place. We'll have another pull down here and a pull down here. This is going to be essentially over the bed and over the seating area, so we wanted it to be pretty narrow. You need to stand up and knock yourself out. A look-see. And that's... we're breaking stuff. So this, you can see I'm flat here, and then I'm angled here. So this all follows that flat and angle. We're leaving this proud of the ceiling because we want to run our lights here and have our mood lighting run along this area, so that way it actually projects across the top of the van rather than pointing straight down. Videos that I had mocked up a piece for the entry door and cabinets. So now I have my final dimensions and what size that cabinet was going to be, so I've got to remake this part. I had this on an angle so there was no harsh angles to come up the steps and hit your head on. So I'm going to put this about on a 25 to 30 degree angle, and then inside of this, where my hole is, we're gonna have a light in with the vehicle that we salvaged and we're gonna use that woodwork. But I'll get to work making that. Height-wise, where I want it to go. Got my angle. I like my angle. Alright. So there's my hole that my electrical is going to come through. So yeah, right about in the middle there. This is where I'm going to want the light. So now we've got it fitting nicely. That's what we want to hear. So we're going to glue and nail that into place so we don't ever have to worry about it coming out. Alright, so we have it in there. It is glued and stapled. We'll have little slats in there to help segment the compartments, but I don't want to put those into place until I've got it in the van and I can measure these, how high, and then what the face is going to look like. So I'm going to move on to this corner. This corner we actually shortened up everything because as we sleep, someone's head will be right in this little area. So we're going to create a little corner catch. Probably something. Alright guys, that is our built cabinet. I'll show you some close-ups here in a second. But long story short, this video was all about building a cabinet. What you saw me do in this cabinet is going to be just about the same in all the cabinets, especially in the van. Glue, pin with a pin nailer, and then screw it. Find a way to do those three, so that way no earthquakes break up your stuff. But yeah, on to the close-ups. And if you enjoyed this episode, guys, make sure that you give us that thumbs up. We really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so that way you know the next time that we come on. We appreciate it, guys. Y'all have a great one. So we've got everything finalized. Everything's in place. Nicole, open the door for me, please. And this is where we've decided to put everything.
We're done.
It's gonna be awesome. Here goes the unload.